Do you feel like watching some Octogeddon? 'Cause I sure feel like playing it. If you've been keeping up since we last left off, I had that unsuccessful Hydra mission, unlocked the goldfish, and here I am. I don't need that portal. Get out of here. What are you doing giving me this stunted thing? Whoa, that was fast. Is that just gonna keep giving me money? I gotta admit, I was starting this up pretty angry, and now I'm feeling pretty good. Because that goldfish is just great. So this is officially the rant video. I'm gonna be saying a couple things to deal with all the haters out there that think that this game is not good or have bad things to say about it in general. Number one, Octogeddon is an action arcade roguelite with minimal mechanics. Yes, it is a roguelite because like games such as Binding of Isaac, it has progressive mechanics, but it's also randomized. You have a permadeath feature of sorts, and throughout your play you will unlock varying additional difficulty, etc., etc. 0 lives? Why do I have 0 lives? That's another thing I'm apparently mad about. Whatever, I'm gonna buy a life. I'm gonna buy myself an anglerfish, because it looks like I could use it. And we'll see where we go. So number 1B. This is definitely a roguelite. Also, for anyone who says, oh, it's like a mobile game. Yeah, that's the point. What do you think this is? You think this game isn't going to end up on iOS and on Android devices and on every single device known to man? I know it's got a PC port. I don't know if it actually is on Linux or Mac yet, but, like, look through the game files. There's the encrypted data, which you don't even have to worry about unless you're a modder, and there is the enormous folder of DirectX compatibility. It's like 50-something files, all just to make sure that this game works on your computer. And that's not something you get when you're just I feel like making a game. I'm gonna enter myself in a game jam and see if I can't get somebody to donate to my Patreon. George Fan is legit. He is for real. And it's crazy that people look at this. You know, nobody's ever going to be happy with the content that they see. Hollow Knight came out. Hollow Knight was just an amazing game, and it's just been a huge success and life-changing in a lot of ways, genre-bending in so many ways. And what are people complaining about? Oh, it's made in Unity. Yeah, I'm sure that you're saying that as somebody who programs in Unity. Please, tell me more about the important technical weaknesses of Unity compared to the engine that you program in. I don't even know what Octogeddon is programmed in. I'm still trying to figure it out. I want to mod it. There's a bunch of people who want to mod it, and we haven't been able to figure that out yet. That's not because it's bad. It's not because it's made in a bad engine. You know, if you knew the name of the engine, it would be bad. Oh, it was made in Godot? Well, I hear Godot's not good. Oh, it was made in .NET? Well, why not Visual Basic? Like, if you're criticizing something for the engine that it's made in, do you even know what you're talking about? Just stop embarrassing yourself. Don't take the risk to take such a hard line on something that you don't know about. Just enjoy the game for what it is. And if you don't want it, don't get it. Octogeddon is going to be just fine without you. Plants vs. Zombies was just fine without the haters. And Octogeddon is going to be amazing without the haters because George Fan is a talented dude who knows what he's doing and doesn't afraid of anything. Well, now that I have officially channeled all my rage, let's start with some of the more lighthearted things. Money in this game is officially called booty. That's not up to me. That's just fact. This is Viking pirate themed, therefore it's booty. And if you say otherwise, you're wrong. I'm not gonna get anything. I thought this was gonna be like a legit attempt, and I guess it is. I'm just gonna beat the game right now. That's what this is. I'm pumped. I'm not gonna stop. I'm just gonna keep going. Me and my goldfish buddy, and we're gonna beat this game right now. It's gonna take a little while. I have 0 lives, and I don't even care, because I'm just gonna beat this game. And in the meantime, I'm gonna show you why it's so good. If you're comparing this to a mobile game, I want to play that amazing mobile game that you've discovered, because I've never seen a game that is as high quality as this, except for maybe Plants vs. Zombies. Oh wait, same developer. How about that? It's almost like the guy who made this game is talented. Okay, but seriously, I'll cool off now. Maybe I'll put a link to the part of this video where I calm myself. I'm mad. I'm enjoying this game so much. It's so good. I've been aching to play it, but I want to have this organic experience and show off what it's like playing this game for the first time for anybody who's not sure if they want to get it. I mean, hopefully, if you've been sticking around for other videos, then I'm very glad you're here. If not, then go take a look, see if you like it, and really just give it a chance. Just don't let other people make your decision for you about whether or not this game is good. You have to be responsible for that yourself. And that's just first damage. Ah, bummer. I thought this was going to be a hitless run. But just the main criticisms that I've been seeing of this game are that it's repetitive. Yeah. Look at any roguelite. It's repetitive because you're trying to beat it. You're doing the same thing over and over and getting better until you win. What, you're gonna say that Final Fantasy isn't good because all you do is battle things? You're gonna tell me that Hollow Knight isn't good because all you do is hit things with your nail? Do you want to tell me Assassin's Creed? Well, Assassin's Creed isn't good. You want to tell me Uncharted isn't good? Because who cares? You want to tell me Silent Hill isn't good because all you do is the same repetitive enemies over and over again? That's not a real criticism. That is the bitter outcry of people that didn't want to like this game, and so they chose not to like it. And that's fine. You know, if you don't want to like it, don't like it. I'm not saying that your opinion is invalid or that you should just not share your opinion, but you have to think about why you would share your opinion and what you're accomplishing by doing that. I am a moderator for the Hollow Knight Discord. It's the official/unofficial fan organized Discord that's kind of grown into something so big. The devs are involved. It's a really fantastic time. But you know what? I'm gonna say this now. In an environment outside of where it would be hurtful to say, I think that the sound design in that game is awful. But I'm not gonna say that directly to the developer's face, Because you know what? They recorded it in their kitchen. It was 3 guys making this game. And they had contributions from their family members and from friends, and they made something that was awesome with the resources that they have. I don't like the sound design. It's not immune to criticism just because of the resources that they have. But you have to be tactful about it. Don't use the free speech argument to justify being a jerk for no reason. I mean, there's stuff that I just hate. If I was in a room with Concerned Ape, developer of Stardew Valley, which I love. By the way, check out that series if you haven't already. If I was in a room with him, I'm not going to sit there rambling to him about all of the precise technical issues that I have with specific nitty-gritty mechanics in the moment, because that's just not cool. I'm gonna say, hey, thanks for making this awesome game. I love the music, I love the experience, I love the polish, the attention to detail, because I don't have anything to gain from just being mean. So to wrap all that back up, if you don't like Octogeddon, say it. But don't do it in a mean or combative way. Don't do it with the goal of making other people's experience of this hilarious, adorable game any less phenomenal than it's been. Because in the time I've been rambling about this now, there have been like 20 new indie games released on Steam. And there's so much content that's just constantly being produced that instead of devoting your time to making other people feel bad about their hard work, you should be improving the community as a whole by focusing on the positive impacts that other things are making. I'll balance it out. Here's a criticism of Octogeddon. The boss design is very simple. Simple to a point where it becomes almost too easy. I mean, look at this guy. I'm not paying attention to him. I know how this goes. There we are, phase 2. And then, now he's gonna start working a little harder to damage me. And then I'm gonna get to phase 3. And then enemies are gonna start spawning. Oh look, the missiles increase their the number that they launch. How creative. But you know what? Why focus on that? Why make it about the bad when you can just enjoy the butcher? You know why he's the butcher? Because he's the Little Mermaid villain. He's the one who is gonna make you into sashimi. He's got the meat tenderizer, the chef's hat, and the knives, the apron. It's a well-designed encounter, and I got a ton of money from it. And it's just... Sure. Oh, well... I had to do that a second time, and I didn't enjoy it as much because it wasn't brand new. Well, I guess I'll just have to go back and watch my videos and enjoy my initial experience with it. And you're welcome to, as well. They're a little bit less temperamental than this one is. It's been a little while since I picked up Octogeddon, and I felt like getting angry. So, New York City, done. That's actually the fastest that we've cleared this, and I'm a little tempted to just not even worry about the bonus, but you know what? This isn't quite a speed run. Not yet, at least. Actually, what the heck? Let's just speedrun it. I don't know if there's a speedrun of this game yet, so I'm just gonna do this all now with commentary and see if I'm the first. Because you never know. Is there an Octogeddon speedrun board? I don't actually know. What are my enemies? I am not encountering stealth, so I'm gonna replace the angler with another goldfish because this is going very well. What do I have? Shark, swarm, centipede. Another compliment. The enemy names are very intuitive. Counterpoint, the enemy names are uncreative. It really just depends on the word that you feel like using to talk about it. So if you have managed to somehow survive through this video to this point, then congratulations to the one of you that is still watching. I don't know, maybe this is how I should be playing this game. Octogeddon is angry. He's been slighted. He's angry about the unfair treatment of octopus kind, of his of being slighted. Technically, Octogeddon has never done anything unjustified because other people started it. Oh, bummer. That's okay. I think I bought 2 lives, so whatever. I just won't die. That'll solve it. Having the 3 goldfish is really nice. I'm getting a lot of gold. I could get a king cobra real soon, but I gotta start thinking about. Oh, gimme! Oh, try not to lose that health. I should be thinking about. Well, I'll get a tentacle. I'll put it right here. I'll buy the snail shell. And screw it, I don't want the lobster, so I'm just gonna get another goldfish. There is an armored invisible sub. Actually, well, it's unfortunate. It only cost me 50 gold, but I can't have a goldfish, otherwise I will definitely take more damage. But I think that should be enough. With where I am now, I shouldn't have too many problems. I think I can take them out in one hit. I'll just be... Yeah, there we go. Oh. Maybe not the best arrangement. So, all goldfish meta doesn't really work. But I think it's this swarm that's really creating a more tricksy dynamic, because I can't just sit there and wait for it to work out. Give me that. There we go. Oh, I got distracted by that centipede, but that's okay, because now I've got this. Hold on one sec, gotta readjust. Now that I've got the, I got that health, so it didn't really matter.
Well, actually it did matter, because the cost of health becomes more prohibitively expensive as you go on, so it's better to not lose health in the early game, because if you lose health in the early game, it will diminish the impact of your dollars as your booty as you spend it in the later levels. A good Octogeddon player would just automatically never get hit. They would always get goldfish, and they would never encounter stealth enemies. That's just the truth. And also, a good Octogeddon player skips the shell screen immediately. What do I have?
I can't believe how good this is. I really underestimated how important the enemy check was, but it's just vital. Gonna get rid of one of them goldfishies, and I'm gonna go ahead and add another cobra because the lobster's not really doing it for me, and I don't need it anymore now that the stealth is dealt with. All right, feeling pretty good. This is kind of turning into a Hydra run, and it. Oh, admittedly, that is in part because I just came off of a Hydra challenge, so it makes sense to just keep going with snakes. And I think once I start getting a little more creative, I'll probably start working with the rooster a little bit more. That one's a bit slower paced. Ooh, that was close. I've just been working my way right through this. I'm just, again, trying to beat this as fast as possible. This may end up being an hour. Well, it'll definitely be an hour. It may end up being an hour and a half. But I'm just ready to beat this. I'm angry, like Octogeddon, at the injustice that Octogeddon is receiving, and I'm ready to make it all go away by destroying everything. I might call this the edgy angry episode, because I am just not having it right now. I'm developing, I'm working with a team. They're called StoneVeil Entertainment. I'll include a link to their website. And I've been working pretty hard, doing my best to create a fun experience that will that's accessible and enjoyable for all ages. Oh, whew. And I know that this game's not going to be for everyone. I've got my own preferences, my own ideas about how games should go. But that's not really the point, is it? The point of making a game is to make it... Oh, little kangaroo. Kangaroos are actually naturalized citizens of Australia, which is why George decided to include it in their running citizens. Okay, destroy all the planes, roll away. But you know, as a designer and a developer, I'm thinking all the time about the kinds of people that will and won't enjoy the game that I'm making. And I know that if you're watching this game, maybe you won't want to play my game, and that's okay. If you do, then I hope you want to talk to people about the things you like and dislike about it. And if you don't, I still want you to share your opinion, because that's useful to me as a designer. It gives me added direction, and it provides me with the clarity that I need to be self-critical, because otherwise I'll just say, well, you know, what do you know? You're just a hater. Haters gonna hate. And it's really just don't make your judgment of a game or another work of art into a personal or political thing. There was the debacle over Unity that happened a while back. It's probably still ongoing, to be fair, but there was this stigma against a program. You know, using a program to code your game. I mean, imagine if your teacher if your teacher told you that you were getting an F because they went through the metadata of your homework assignment, this 5-page essay that you worked so hard on, and they went through it, and they said, well, you made this in Microsoft Office, but I only approve open source alternatives, so you have to use OpenOffice or LibreOffice, otherwise you get an F. That's the kind of attitude that's being cultivated. By what? And who are these people? Are they... Aw, dang. I might have been able to avoid that if I was a little tricksy with the chin. But who are these people levying these criticisms? Are they developers? Are they designers? Are they... I don't want this to be an argument from authority, but the question is, are they citing their sources? Are they being honest about the evidence that they have to support their criticism? Or are they banking on that visceral urge to agree with them? Like, if they're trying to make you... If they're focusing... I won't say they. If a person... If I, even, to kind of turn it back on myself, if I am trying to make you feel something without justification, or if I'm trying to get you to agree with me and leave no room for argument or counter-argument, then don't listen. Don't let that decide how you feel, because if I do that, then I'm not worth your time. If I was spending all my time talking about how bad some game was, or ooh, I almost got exploded, or talking about how much I hate Daft Punk and how much better Linkin Park is than Puddle of Mud, then you know, you don't... Well, first of all, if you don't agree with what I have to say, then dislike the video. You're allowed to do that, and if you don't agree, then dislike it, because that's helpful for me. I mean, it's... What is it? It is about 9:30 on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday. It's definitely a weekday. And I'll be checking these videos pretty obsessively, if I'm honest, just because I've got the YouTuber fever. And if I'm being honest... Oh, I didn't destroy the... Oh, I'm dead. Oh. Okay, am I gonna... Oh, yeah, man. Oh, if I had not rolled back that last time, that would have worked out. But yeah, I'm constantly checking these videos. I mean, if you're watching this, this was probably a recommended video. You know, I hope that if you're watching this, I hope you've reached this far in the video, and that my anger hasn't dissuaded you from enjoying the content of the game. But you might be watching me because you saw Zach Scott Games video. You might be watching me because of Zebra Gamer or KTT. It may be because of a Twitter, you know, a Twitter advertisement. There are all sorts of things. But, well, first of all, thanks for watching. Honestly, I love this game. And this game was the catalyst for like, why don't I record it? See what happens. And it's reminded me of how much. Yeah, we're going for another Hydra run. This is going to be the redemption run. We're going to get rid of the goldfish. No, I'm not going to get rid of goldfish. I'm going to put the king cobra right next to the anglerfish. And then I'm going to beat Kangaroo. But I have just been rambling non-stop at this point. Just because I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to redeem this game, to redeem my gameplay. And you know, nothing like a little righteous fury to stir the senses. I'm pretty proud of my gameplay. I bought extra lives. I don't know how many extra lives I've gotten so far, but I've been doing pretty well so far. I think if I were to say, you know, this King Cobra, as I'm getting this Hydra build up, imagine if this was all there was to the game. Imagine if the only thing you could do was get snakes and they would just shoot at varyingly faster rates. That's like that's a pretty low polish sort of tower defense game at this point. And roll away. Oh my gosh, that thing is just following me. Blow them both up. Yeah. But I like using these Hydra, and I'm looking forward to the post-game content. And bam! That's a thumbnail image right there. Spike is the real unsung champion of Octogeddon, is Spike. So Kangaroo, I'm about to get him to second tier, or second phase. When he gets to second phase, he's gonna start tossing some boomerangs. He'll have a bit of an explodey for a moment. There we go. And now, every time he jumps, the boomerang is gonna go out. Now, notice that when he jumps again, the boomerang doesn't go out, because it'll only go out when it's not currently going. Don't be fooled. Remember, a boomerang always comes back to the person who threw it. So when he throws it, what does it do? It goes to him. So, Kangaroo, think about it this way. Octogeddon is the villain. He's Godzilla, he's the kaiju in Pacific Rim. He is the monster trying to destroy civilization. Kangaroo is the main character. He's the one who's trying to save Australia using his special abilities, and he's been tasked by the Australian government. Oh, almost got hit. He's been tasked by the Australian government to fend off Kaiju Batoru 3. And one of his abilities is this awesome boomerang that he can throw, but the cooldown, in order to keep the game balanced, it has to have a cooldown, right? You can't just make this... Ooh! Gotta avoid that. Look at that. See? Oh, no! Sorry. I apologize. That will never happen again, I promise. For the rest of this video. Dang. I thought I had him. I was getting into his backstory and everything. So, long story short, the boomerang always goes back to him. So, if you want to avoid it, you just have to step away from him. And it'll all go well. And There we go. Whew. Very good spike right there. Come on. Oh, and I got damage anyway. I got impatient. Remember at the beginning of this when... Sorry. Remember at the beginning of this when I was mad for no reason, and now I'm just having a good time playing Octogeddon? When I started playing The End Is Nigh, and that was that game has a bit of language, so I might do something for that game down the road and give it a PG-13 rating, if you will. But that game, you know, it came out at the end of the year, and it was just immediately just one of my favorite games, and I just knew that it was going to be my favorite. I've watched other games, and I've enjoyed them. Celeste has been really awesome. Iconoclast looks amazing. There's a really awesome game coming out. It's called Pixel Princess Blitz, and that game is just it looks so cute, and I'm very excited. But when I saw this game, I knew that I was going to be putting dozens of hours, hundreds of hours into this game, because it's just such a trip. It's such a fun experience. I'm definitely going to be playing Insaniquarium. I might be playing that with Anne. We're still figuring out the logistics of it, but we're both definitely interested in it. We've both played it in the past. We both loved the experience, and we want to make it into something that's fun. And I love it. I'll probably end up making it my screensaver again. I don't think I talked to the creator about this, but when I was a teenager, I used to go on a website called insaniquariumguide.com/forum, and it was just a simple little community coded in PHP, just a fun place for people who are fans of Flying Bear Entertainment to just enjoy the game. Dang it. That's okay. I lost all my coral, but whatever. But when I joined this forum, I was really into Blip, who is a dolphin that has basically psychic abilities in Insaniquarium. So I called myself Blipster, which is a pun on hipster, obviously. My avatar was Blip in space, and somebody took a Mario hat from they took it from Super Mario RPG and they superimposed it onto Blip. So I had Blip in space with a Super Mario hat, and I was Blipster. And that was like, some people start out on DeviantArt. I did Gaia Online, which was ridiculous, but you know what, whatever. If that's what you enjoy, I'm not gonna say negative stuff about something that I loved for so long. You know, you could say the same things about RuneScape if you wanted, and I'll fight you if you tell me RuneScape's bad. But, I don't even remember where I was going with that. Do I redeem the rooster? I've got the money. I could afford a rooster. I could get a porcupine. Well, let's take a look. Mega sub, that takes a few hits, but I've got a king cobra already, and then a mega shark. See, look at this. The names are just so intuitive. It's very programmatic, for lack of a better word. I'm gonna get a B. No, I'm not gonna
get a bee. I'm gonna get a rooster. And the rooster is going to be my wingman. Heh. And he's gonna complement this Hydra of ours. I'm still gonna focus on the King Cobras. Oh, uh-oh. Darn it. At least I didn't waste Spike. Mr. Rooster, I'm gonna call him Graveyard. Again, watch our Peggle videos, watch our Stardew Valley videos to hear some stories about our old Rooster Graveyard. This is Graveyard the Rooster, and he is gonna provide backup. He's not gonna let anybody come near his ladies. And we're gonna use that to destroy the White House. I'm feeling pretty good so far. There we go. Whew. It's a little too close for comfort. If I had a melee attack, then I would feel a little bit better about it, but I don't. So I'm gonna try to be mindful of how close these enemies are getting, because it is Shark, Mega Shark, and Mega Subs. Which, now that I've got that enemy preview unlocked, it's a great chance to see the logic of the enemies that are added at each stage. Whew, close again. So you start out with a couple enemies, or 3 or 4, who knows how many enemies, and then it just keeps building. Got Spike back, that'll be good. I got a lot of Mega Subs I gotta deal with. I got a little scared. Oh, well, it was a good time to use it anyway. Better to do that than to lose life. But that enemy preview is the underdog for sure. Okay, Queen Bee. It's tempting, but you know what? Oh, but do I want Rooster? Is this gonna be where it redeems itself? I'm gonna do it. I got impatient and I went for the Hydra run, and now maybe this is the comeback. Maybe this is where I turn it into an all Rooster run. Call this... What should I call this? Oof. It's a little difficult. It definitely doesn't do good against close-up enemies. I don't know. The other one was called the Hydra, and that was kind of snappy. What do I call this? The Rooster, I'm gonna have to think about that. Maybe I'll come up with something through this video, but if I'm gonna win. This time I'm gonna win, that's just for sure. I lost confidence. I know exactly how the final boss works now. I haven't watched any videos of the final boss, but I watched my video of the final boss. And I know what I did wrong. He started shooting off grenades, and I wasn't paying attention to them. The grenades are just like those little nuke bouncy balls that he launches off. And all I needed to do was be careful and keep avoiding those, and destroy the shell. Oh, yes! That's nice. Again, going for 100%. There's 10 achievements in this game, and I don't know. I was looking on Steam, and it said that there are people who have already gotten all the achievements. But I'm not sure about that, because I've been talking with one of the beta testers, Snappy Dragon 64. He actually made the wiki, and he's been running that, so I'm probably not going to remember to put links in. Maybe I'll watch this later and try to remember, but he's been working on the wiki. He's got a Discord server set up for it, and he was beta testing the game. So he may have all the achievements. I mean, he may have already done it. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Snappy Dragon, which is like a play off of Snapdragon. But he may have all the achievements. Maybe George Fan has all the achievements. Is it pretentious of me to call him George? I keep calling him George Fan because I don't want people to think that I'm on like a first name basis with him. He's liked comments of mine on Twitter sometimes, and that's about as far as our relationship goes. So I don't mean to be oh no! I don't mean to be pretentious when I call him George. It's just easier than constantly saying George Fan, the developer. It's like saying Her Royal Highness Kate Cambridge, Her Royal Highness Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, or Her Future Royal Highness Meghan Markle. She's gonna be a something of Sussex. Duchess of Sussex? I don't know, I'm trying to... Duchess? It's, I'll figure that out. Maybe I'll Google it later. Got through another boss. It's going well. 2 lives. Rooster, snake, porcupine, angler, invisibles. So I gotta keep the angler. It seems like you get rid of the angler when you don't need it, you bring him back when you do. So 100 shells well spent. Seriously. This is, I guess, more of a mid-game strategy. Buy that enemy preview as soon as you can, because you will need it. It's gonna help you do everything, because then instead of having to be afraid of whether or not you're gonna make something work, you're just gonna make it work, because you'll know right away whether you're gonna have to deal with this stuff. Tokyo 1. It's going at a good pace. I have been cruising right along. I only died the 1 time so far, and I guess I have certainly been a little more cavalier than I need to be. It was just cooling off, you know, in the days of my youth. I just didn't understand, and now that I'm older and wiser, a full 48 minutes later, I'm ready to grow up. I'm ready to atone. Actually, ooh, almost turned my mic off there. Sorry if you got a little bit of an audio twerk. I know, reached a bit of a lull, a bit of a brain fart. Tokyo is really where it all, darn it. Tokyo is where it really all comes to fruition. That's where it's kind of put up or shut up. And it gets pretty hard, but it also has some of the best stylized music. Well, I can't say that, because honestly, I haven't really... I hear the music, it's very familiar to me in the moment. Oh, dang it. It's familiar to me in the moment, because I'm like, oh yeah, this is what plays when I start it, but if you ask me to hum a song from this soundtrack, the only one that I can do is the one from the teaser trailer, which is, 1 tentacle, 2 tentacle, 3 tentacle. That was the, I I think that was a launch trailer, actually. Oh. I almost ran into that. Oh, what am I thinking? Not making Spike... Darn. Not making Spike put his weight up. I should have gone to the right. The slowness of this is a little bit annoying. That was a little unfortunate. I'm almost done with Tokyo. Just gonna rush right to the end. I'm probably gonna get Spike back up soon. Just give it to me. Make it happen. Okay, got it. Whew! Admittedly, not my best, but I'm fairly certain I started with... Oh, do I get the electric eel? No, scallop. Scallop is health. I apparently started with far fewer lives, which... Maybe it was just a rendering bug, and it was actually running just fine, but it seems like that wasn't the case. Because I feel like I ended up buying a lot of lives to get up to this point. Ooh. I feel like I always end up using the pufferfish so early. But maybe... I mean... It's just about the time that you spend I'm gonna get a little bit camp, I guess, but if you've ever played Magic Cart Jump, it's an idle game by a team called Select Button, press select. But the core optimization of that game is how soon do I make sure that I'm not losing... I don't want to lose time, I don't want to lose the potential for money, for training, and that's kind of the approach that I take to these, the decisions in Octogeddon with these pets. What if I don't wait? What if I do wait, and then I miss a chance to save myself? What if activating it at this stage instead of slightly later is gonna ultimately lead to a decision that, like, to kind of come full circle yet again to my original rant, people see this game as being a lot more simple than it is, and a lot more repetitive. But for a game like this, you get out what you put into it. And if you're willing to put in the thought and the energy to making this game a personal experience, then you start to pick up on all those things. Like, I mean, I guess... Ooh, that was close. I didn't want to have to use the pufferfish. I guess as someone who is recording this video with the intent of putting it online and having people watch it, I mean, I'm talking... If you're watching this, I'm talking to you, so it's kind of hypocritical for me to say it's a personal experience, but for me, this is a game that I enjoy so much, I want to share it with people, because it's like RuneScape is going to mobile. I'm not sure if it's done yet, but that game, that's the reason I'm good at math. It's the reason that I started really... It was one of the reasons that I started learning to code. It's really the triforce of Insaniquarium and RuneScape, and there's a Disney Channel movie called Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, and the plot of that is that this kid, he and his friends are going to sign up for a computer science class, and then he tricks them into signing up for a home economics class instead. But one of the characters says, yeah, we can just play video games all day, and that sounded so cool that I was like, I want to do computer science. I want to play and make video games, because that sounds awesome. And then I'm playing RuneScape and Insaniquarium, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I want to do with my life. So here I am. You know, it's a personal experience, but and maybe I could be enjoying this privately, but I also kind of want to share it with people who may feel kind of the same, may not be able to buy the game, may not have heard of the game, who just want to have this experience, see if it's for them. And also, you know, George fan. I'm a George fan. I'm president of the George fan club. And I want him to get the credit he deserves for making such a unique and heartfelt experience. He just puts so much effort into every part of this, and I just so appreciate that. So, Tokyo 3 about to encounter Stompatron X, and again, for those of you tuning in just now, I'm going to win this time. I've decided I'm gonna beat the final boss. I'm going to get to the end of the game, and I'm gonna do it all in one sitting, so hopefully, ooh, swim away! Hopefully you clicked on this video seeing that it was a 90+ minute video and you're in it for the long haul, cause I am. I'm not gonna take a bathroom break. I'm not gonna take a bathroom break. Can you tell that maybe I'm getting to the point where I might need a bathroom break? I won't even... Oh no! I won't even edit this to make it look like I didn't take a bathroom break. I definitely am not gonna pause this video midway and take a bathroom break. I'm just gonna keep going. This is a speed run, too. This is the first ever Octogeddon speed run. And, oh no. Oh no. Oh! Okay. I'm a very musical person, so I'm gonna try to learn the pitch. I'm gonna see if I can't figure out at what pitch he starts to fire his laser, his tractor beam. Gonna listen closely, give me a sec. Okay, we're good. I'm just gonna leave. I gotta listen back to that, but if I can pinpoint the note where it's about to launch off, it just kind of goes wee, and it repeats that last part. If you're watching the video and you care, then take a trip back in time and listen to that sound that he's making, because the sound that it is making. I wasn't able to avoid it, but I've definitely pinpointed the spot where he shoots. Yes! I died to that one last time, although I died to Kangaroo earlier, so a death a boss isn't so bad. A death on an A boss isn't so bad. But yeah, if you're really struggling to pick up on that cue, then look at the or listen back to that and listen to the sound effect, and you'll hear there's a point where it stops going up and it goes back down for a bit, and then it keeps going up again, and then it sets off. And that's where you'll be able to predict what he's gonna do. Otherwise, just avoid it. Avoid the stompies. Alright, this isn't a shell game. We're not interested. I'll get these ones. And then get hit. And then get hit. There we go. You still end up getting that bonus anyway. 2,000. What do I want? Nothing. I'm gonna have to replace those roosters eventually. Invisible sub. And a blaster. So maybe the roosters will be useful for a little bit longer. Just gonna start off by spinning around. See what happens. Maybe that will, maybe that will yield unknown benefits. Go on. Oh, it's just out of range. I think I need that next tentacle, unless I can get another king cobra or a black mamba, because the black mamba seems to be the, oh no. Hopefully I don't die here. The black mamba is probably super expensive, but that seems to be the logical conclusion. Oh. So, I have this urge. I have this urge to always finish off whatever it is that I'm revealing. Or, sorry, scratch that. I have this urge to focus on dodging the bullet, but the bullet should be an indicator that you need to go as fast as you can to kill the other enemies so that you can focus on dodging the bullet. Don't get distracted by dodging the bullet, but make sure that you do everything you need so that when the bullet shows up, you don't have to worry so much. Ocean 1 goes by pretty quick. Still just cruising right along. Do I want a queen bee? No, I don't want a queen bee. The nuclear subs will make it a bit easier for me to do that crowd control. Plus the ocean levels are quite a bit shorter. But I guess the same can be said for stealth. So I'm in the rush to avoid being blindsided by the stealth units, I end up just staring at them and focusing on them. But that's not what's gonna win you the level. That's not what's gonna avoid you from taking health damage. You have to de-stealth them. That's just one of the steps. Think of de-stealthing as the first damage you're ever gonna do to them. If you're using the Cobra, the King Cobra, you have to wait until they get in range before they can make their first strike, right? So, think about the anglerfish as a slightly longer range King Cobra. You have to hit it with the anglerfish before you can hit it with anything else. And again, so here we've got that bullet coming in, and I'm not gonna get too focused on the bullet, but I'm gonna plan around that bullet inevitably coming after me. I haven't even used my, my abilities. And now we've just got that huge wave left to get our DNA sub. I've got enough for a tentacle. If I can get a little bit more gold, then I can... Oh boy, okay, whew. That seemed a little bit inevitable. That was real... Oh no! Oh no! I destroyed the last one, but I didn't get it. Well, I'll add that other tentacle. And, I'm not gonna get a queen bee. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient. I got so close. It was that... All those bullet shooter duties, those really threw me for a loop. I didn't follow my own advice. I wasn't prepared to deal with the effect of all of those bullets. And so I panicked, and I just started kind of swinging wildly at everything. Like, the sharks are just there to stress you out, man. Just don't let it get to you. They're close, but they're not close enough to hurt you. You just have to make sure that you don't stop dealing damage. Do a bit of a wave around. Oh no! Oh, should have doubled back the other way. But I was probably gonna take damage anyway. Let's be real. Ooh, man. That was a lot of money I just got there. Swiping around those guys. I say swipe. I mean, you know, a lot of games that have that left and right plus a jump button, they end up having buttons on the screen, but this game you could survive solely off of touching the left or right side of the screen. And you know what? I'll bet you that the creator thought of that, because that's just good design. Got past that. Do I want the elephant? In the Hydra runs, you get an elephant. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for that. I've got quite a bit of gold now. And I'm feeling pretty good going forward. I'm thinking I've got a really good chance at... Oh boy. Whew. Oh man, that was super crazy. I think I've got a really good chance at winning this time. I'm on Paris 3. I'm getting ready. I mean, I'm close to that last area. I'm not too worried about Gigantomime, because I'm not going to insult him because he can't say anything in his own defense. But I'm feeling pretty good about beating him. I'm not too worried about the shells right now. The unlocks in the other runs that I've done, in the other missions, I need a word for that. In the other rampages, I've focused on the number of shells that I'm expecting to get, but that's not my priority this time. My priority is to win. And I may end up winning with a Hydra build, but the important thing is that I win. Because I am a strong, independent octopus that don't need no man. see, now he's launching his stealth enemies. You have to have... I mean, I guess, for the swarm, depending on your build, it's not absolutely necessary. I mean, he's not doing anything except for launching these guys off. But, ooh. But, having the anglerfish for this is useful, indeed. Am I just going a little too slow? I think I'm not focusing on him. I'm getting distracted by these stealth enemies. There we go. Wait, I got some money there. Can I farm on him? Oh, man. Okay, that seems a bit broken, actually. He's gonna go Saw Blades now, and I'm not excited for this, because he's definitely gonna cause some damage to me at least once. I'll save my, I'll save Spike for that. I'll use him when he's getting too close and I'm not able to deal with it. There we go. Okay, actually seems like I'm fine. I'm still gonna save Spike, just because I'm avoiding damage so far. Maybe I'll do it as the final blow. But in that phase, when he's just launching off stuff, if you can minimize the number of times you hit him and focus down all the spawn, then you're in a really good position to raise extra money. 6,000 gold. Ah, almost 6,000 gold. What do we have? Tentacle? Nah. Bee, T-Rex, elephant, snake? Nah. I'm gonna go ahead and get a porcupine. I've got the rooster. What do we have? The swarm. Porcupine's a good choice. It's got a longer range. There is no stealthed enemy. And normally, if I was feeling a little bit more confident, I would get rid of the anglerfish and get something offensive. But I'm not feeling too confident that there will be another anglerfish, and I don't want to sabotage myself in the future. But I'm also pretty confident that I've got the setup that I need to make this work. Get rid of this guy. There we go. Ooh, and I got that money. 5,000. Oh, do I save up for the tentacle? Or do I not? Do I focus instead on getting another king cobra, maybe a black mamba if one shows up? I'm pretty sure I got the black mamba. The porcupine was an excellent choice. The rooster wouldn't be as good. I'm starting to realize the metagame of this is, what do you need for this level? What do you need for this enemy? The porcupine is good against the swarm because he throws 3 shots out that are guaranteed to kill these things, and they spread. But he's not going to be good on that guy. I even had to sacrifice my pufferfish just to guarantee that I wouldn't take damage there. But the Hydra's really good against focusing down a single unit. The rooster is a good support. The rooster is a good thing to have when you don't have Hydra to back you up. The rooster is like a long range, for a very specialized long range version of the T-Rex. He's very good at dealing with his long range enemies. He's pretty reliable. You just let him shoot, and then you're good to go. But the T-Rex... Was I talking about the T-Rex or the chicken? I don't remember. The point is, there's a comparison there that might be helpful to some of you who are still struggling on this mission. Oh, good. There we go. See Rooster showing his true colors. The stun destroys bullets. At least as far as I can gather, that is what is happening. So, if you do ever find yourself in one of those situations, then try it out for yourself. The elephant hasn't proved very useful yet. I think because the build hasn't reached the point where I really need to worry about it. Oh, come on. Get it. Get him. I'll let that swarm do its thing. I think I'm approaching the last building. It looks like it. And right in time to get my, oh, I didn't have to lose that health. That was a bummer. Right in time. Finish off this hotel. Let's see. I told you I was just gonna keep going, and I lied. 'Cause after 75 minutes, I'm gonna take a moment to stretch my legs and think about what I want to do next. But I promise this will show up at the same time as the previous video, so you can watch them in quick succession. Thanks for hanging around.